What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Born with Purpose. I'm your host, DA Born. As always, like, share, and subscribe. I want to get right into it, okay? So, I know this might be some old news to some, but I just want to talk about it because you know what? I am a Pierre Poilievre fan, and I've been rooting for him since he started the campaign. And yes, he lost the election, but I just have to talk about something that I believe what he should have done and that he didn't do, and it ruined. I believe it was detrimental to him losing this election. Y'all got to realize this. He had a 20-point lead in December of 2024. A 20-point lead, and he lost. He lost the election. Think about that in basketball terms. When you go into the third quarter or halftime with a 20-point lead and you lose the game, that's a choke job. And it always is a choke job. A 20-point lead is a huge lead. So what do you do when you have a 20-point lead? You either play solid defense and maintain that lead, or you just keep scoring and just keep punching them in the mouth. When Justin Trudeau resigned and Mark Carney stepped in, that was the opportunity for Pierre Poilievre to punch the Liberals in the mouth and knock them out. But no, he let them come back because he did not continue to keep pressing on. And he was trying to suck up to the baby boomers. Let me get to the point where I want to talk about, okay? Joe Rogan, along with some other big name podcasters in the US, were reaching out to Pierre's team. They wanted Pierre Poilievre to go on their show. Now, people like Joe Rogan and Ben Shapiro and all these guys, these are big conservative dudes with millions of followers. And Pierre's team turned it down. They turned it down. And apparently, according to the Toronto Sun, Brian Lilly, I think that's his name. Yeah. He turned it down because he did not want to offend, especially those who are 55 plus, into thinking that, you know, he wanted their votes. And Canadians really give into, they don't like, you know, they watch American TV, but they do not like American conservative media. So Pierre's team was afraid that Pierre going on an American conservative podcast would deter people from voting for him in the election. Well. How did that turn out? How did that turn out, Mr. Poilievre? You are now not the Prime Minister of Canada. You are just Pierre Poilievre. You should have taken that risk and go on Joe Rogan, who is the biggest podcaster on YouTube. You should have went on his show because he would have given you the platform over an hour to share your thoughts about Canada, what you want to do to change Canada, what you want to do to make Canada better, what you want to do to make Canada great again, what you want to do with this Canada First campaign. You would have been able to share all that information, but instead you turned it down. What was it? And I was thinking about this, and I'm like, why wouldn't he not go on Joe Rogan? So what? Yeah, you're taking a risk to go on an American show, and you might offend some Canadians, but so what? This is your chance to really share how you feel about your country and letting the world know about it. But now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, maybe he did this because he didn't want the hard questions. He didn't want to reveal some things. But how did that turn out? That kicked you in the butt because now you had baby boomers saying that they didn't vote for you because they were fearful of what your beliefs were. In other words, they didn't know what your beliefs were. They were just assumptions. However, if you would have just shared your thoughts, at least people would know where you're at, what you're thinking. And now look, baby boomers didn't vote for you anyway. So you should have taken that risk and said, you know what? I'm going to go on Joe Rogan. I'm gonna share exactly how I feel. And if I lose the election, so be it. I'll know not to do that again. But if I win the election based on going on Joe Rogan, the most popular podcast in the world, then it would be worth it if I win this election. I'm going to take that risk. But no, you didn't. You avoided all American media. In the meantime, Mark Carney, before he made his announcement that he's going to go run for prime minister, he was on American media. Baby boomers didn't mind that because, of course, they like liberal shows in the U.S. So you let Carney go ahead and do it. You let Maxime Bernier go on podcasts like PBD and Viva Frey and let him really dog you, but you would not go on a single American podcast because you wanted to be Canada first. You could go on another global podcast and still be Canada first. Anyway, I just believe that not going on those podcasts help ruin your chances of being the prime minister. You should be the prime minister today. You should have won with a majority. I even said if you won by a minority, that would be a disappointment. But now you lost, which is even worse than winning by a minority. I don't know. What do you guys have to think about that? You think Pierre made the right decision not to go on Joe Rogan and American podcasts? What are your thoughts on that? Leave it in the comments, like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to keep doing these daily walks and daily opinions while I currently don't have a studio. But I appreciate you guys, all you guys that are tuning in. And till the next one, God bless. I'm out. Peace.